Hey everybody, welcome back to another segment of the 4-2 Sales Academy. This is pre-lesson number 2, coffee worthiness. I'm going to get into that coined phrase and the meaning of that in just a minute. But I want you to think about your customer and their very first visit to your sales office. What do you think was going on in the mind of the customer? How do you think they were feeling when they first walked through the doors of your sales office? They're probably experiencing some level of fear. They might even be confused, maybe nervous. They're in an unfamiliar environment. And so I believe we have a window of opportunity here. And if we don't take advantage of this very, very short window, like the first 10 or 15 seconds of that initial interaction with the customer, I think we lose a tremendous amount of momentum. And I think that might radiate negatively through the presentation. Or if we can be cognizant of this window and effectively handle it correctly, it'll radiate through the rest of our sales process, right? Through the interview and the demonstration. So the mindset here is what we're getting at. We're not talking about, making your new BFF, right? We're not talking about someone who you want to make best friends with and you're going to hang out with from here on out. But on the other hand, we don't want to create an environment where we're stiff and very procedural, right? So we need a blend. And I think the idea is to think about ahead of time what you need to do as a sales professional to make it so that your or my customer very quickly, within the first 10 seconds, relates with me and is kind of quickly realizes that this is an environment that's not only professional, but friendly, a good space, right? I want that customer to have some initial level of liking me, right? It's a likability that I want to somehow, way, shape, or form create and convey to the customer so that I get them to like me at some kind of baseline level. I think that's the idea. And really that is what my friend and mentor, Jeff, meant when he came up and coined the phrase coffee worthy. Are you coffee worthy? In the first 10 or 15 seconds of that interaction, if we were to freeze time, would the customer say, yeah, I think I like him or her enough so that I'd sit down and have a cup of coffee with him? That's all we're trying to do, right? So to get at this, what are the attributes of coffee worthiness? Or what are some of the attributes that you know of through your experience in maybe liking someone right off the bat really quickly? Or just think about those attributes that are required to be friendly and likable, and write those down. So that's the assignment. Before we have our next call on the 4-2 and actually get into the very beginning of the 4-2, I want you to come prepared with a list of attributes on how to get somebody to like you right off the bat. How can you be coffee worthy right off the bat? Write them down. I'm going to email out the pre-lesson form, and it'll have a bunch of blank lines, and you can just think about it and write them all down. And the idea here is to ask yourself what you need to do to prove those attributes. Can you get your mindset to where it needs to be so that even before that customer walks through the door, you see him out in the parking lot, you instantly go into that mindset. Hey, I know the first 15 seconds counts. They're going to be sizing me up. We're going to be sizing them up too. But the customer's going to size me up. And I've got 10 or 15 seconds to really prove the attributes of being coffee worthy. And having that mindset, I think, is really, really critical for your success, because I think that I know that if we can get that relationship off to a great, healthy, fun, and likable start, that that goodwill, so to speak, that dopamine that will be created in the mind of the customer is going to continue to transfer deep into your sales presentation. And that's what makes it work all the more better. And that's how we ultimately can change people's lives and improve people's lives right from that first 10 or 15 seconds. Okay, gang, I look forward to seeing you in about a week on the conference call. Have this list of coffee-worthy attributes listed out, and we'll be talking about them. Good luck. Talk soon. Thanks.